friends, Maria here, as usual. If you were expecting someone else, I apologize. So, today I'm just going for a little walk, and I thought I would, something on my head, I thought I would bring you along, film a little quick vlog here. So on Sunday afternoon through Monday morning, Jeremy and I climbed Mount Fuji, and we completed it all the way to the summit. And the only thing I really have to say about that was it was miserable, and I would never, ever, ever, ever do it again. Probably not even for $1 million. I seriously have never felt so just totally miserable in my entire life. I think the worst part was we got really bad hand of weather, and if you're not familiar with Mount Fuji, you get most people start climbing at the 5th station. It's like about halfway up the mountain. And there's the 5th station, the 6th station, the 7th old, the 7th new. Those two might be reversed in order, I'm not sure. Then there's the 8th, the 9th, the 9th and a half, and then the 10th. And the 10th is the summit. So we started climbing at around 12:45 in the afternoon, and by the time we got to the 7th station, we were making good timing and things were pretty good. And then it just started to do this awful sideways rain, like plus some kind of like slushiness, because it was such a high altitude and it was cold on top of that, and the wind was blowing mercilessly. It was totally awful, and that continued. We kept climbing because that was kind of the only choice, like keep climbing or go back down, which we still would have been in the rain, so might as well keep climbing, right? So we started asking as we were going up. There's the stations, some of them have like mountain huts where you can stay the night, and they hold quite a few people. So we started asking, like, are there any empty spots where we can stay? And the 8th station didn't have one, and so we climbed up to the 9th station. So at that point we were only like 2 stations away from the top, and we were so happy because we found an opening. And seriously, like at that point we were both like kind of getting seriously scared, because we were so cold. The weather just kind of turned. It wasn't supposed to have been as nasty as it was. Like there was seriously a 20% chance of rain, and obviously it rained, so we weren't exactly the most equipped for the cold. And so at that point our fingers were like so cold that we were afraid we had maybe a slight case of frostbite. And Jeremy couldn't even hold the pen to fill in the the form for requesting a room. So that's how cold our fingers were. It was misery. And we even had on gloves. So yeah, it was just awful. So we stayed there. We arrived there at like 4, I think, or something. And we had like a dinner, hot dinner, some of the best food I've ever tasted in my life, even though in all honesty it wasn't good food. We were just so hungry and cold. And then we just kind of bundled up next to each other, tried our best to get warm, and stayed the night. We woke up around 1:30 in the morning and started climbing again at 3 in the morning in order to try and reach the summit before sunrise to see the sunrise from Mount Fuji. So at this point it was really dark. We used flashlights, and we were climbing with a bunch of people, so it wasn't really dangerous, but it was kind of scary. And we reached the top just as the sun was rising. So I'm gonna insert like a picture here of us at the top of Fuji, and yeah, it was really beautiful. But the thing was, I just kind of felt like I was already really miserable, and it's pretty high up. I mean, it's a mountain. It's not like a small mountain. Like, I've climbed Joyama a few times, and this is nothing. Like, Joyama is nothing. Fuji is so much higher. So, we had done really well. No altitude sickness or anything like that. I think Jeremy had felt a little funny a few times, but he kind of recovered and he was fine. And I had felt fine. But as soon as we got to the summit, it just like hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I just felt so lightheaded and nauseous, and yeah, there was a moment where I was almost 100% certain I was going to pass out. It was just totally awful. That's really the only, it was just terrible. And so Jeremy ended up buying me some compressed oxygen and got a little oxygen in my system, and I started feeling a little better. And at this point I was not, I was pretty certain I was not going to be able to make it down the mountain. Like, 'cause I just felt so lightheaded and so sick, and I just didn't see how it was possible at all. So when I started thinking about that, I started to panic, which means my breathing kind of increased, which means I was getting even less oxygen, which didn't help. So I kind of calmed myself down, and after I got to feeling a little better, we started our journey back down the mountain. And yeah, so coming back down was way better than going up. And as soon as we got to about the 9.5 station, I started to feel so much better. And by the time we got to the 9th station, I felt basically back to normal. Much, much better. So, yeah, we made it back down, caught the bus back home and all that. And, let's see, when was it? Monday evening, started to feel a tiny bit sore. Yesterday was Tuesday, and I woke up so sore. Like, seriously, I don't think I was even that sore after I ran my marathon. Yeah, totally sore. And then today I woke up and, surprise, surprise, second day DOMS. Totally, my calves are just totally annihilated. I don't think I mentioned it, but I climbed Fuji in my Vibram 5 fingers, and I think that's like the only part of the experience I truly enjoyed. It was really fun climbing up and gripping the rocks with my feet and stuff like that, but it totally destroyed my calves. Like, because they're zero drop shoes, you have to use your calves a lot more when you walk, when you run, when you climb, whatever. So yeah, totally destroyed my calves. They're starting to feel better. It's the end of the day on Wednesday, basically, and they're starting to feel better. I'm kind of feeling a little restless after 2 days of rest, so I decided to get out and do like a short walk and kind of get the blood flowing and just get out of the apartment. It's been so hot here, and even more than hot, like humid. Like, even in our apartment with the air on, I just feel like everything is sticking to me, and it's disgusting feeling. Like, it's the worst. So I'm really needing to either run in the evening, which, to be honest, is probably what I'm gonna start doing, because like I'm done with work, so I don't really have like any major plans in the evening right now. So there's really no reason for me not to, unless we're busy. Or I'm gonna have to wake up early in the mornings to run, because it's just like, I think at this point running in the middle of the day would be dangerous. It's just so hot, so humid, you can't get a good breath. you dehydrate very quickly, so I'm not going to do that to myself. Yeah, so that's kind of like my little life update on climbing Mount Fuji, and today makes 15 sleeps until we're home, or at least we're leaving to go home. Obviously it'll take a little longer than that to get home, but yeah, we've started like getting rid of stuff, packing some stuff, kind of deciding what's gonna go, what's gonna stay. Yeah, it's a process, but I'm really excited, and we've got some fun stuff coming up in the next few weeks. Just kind of taking it one day at a time, and yeah, I can't believe it's basically 2 weeks until we are done with our time in Japan. I don't know, looking back, it feels like it's gone really fast, but I know that truthfully, in forward vision, as I was living this, it went by so slow. And I've been so ready to come home for a while, so I'm really happy to be so close. Yeah, as you can see, I've been wearing my glasses in a lot of my videos because, I don't know why, but my eyes no longer like my contacts. I can wear them for maybe 30 minutes to an hour before they start to feel super scratchy and my eyes just feel really irritated, and I just have to take them out. And it's a brand new pair of contacts, so I don't know what it is, but I'll be going to the eye doctor when we get home and resolving this issue. I might need to switch to a different brand or something. I don't know. I'm sure my allergies here doesn't really help much, so. And if you notice, I have like all these nasty spots around my nose. It's because on the way back down from Fuji, I had a awful allergy attack. I guess it was maybe the dust or something, because you know Fuji's like an inactive volcano right now, so there's lots of volcanic dust and stuff. And I don't know, my body wasn't happy because I sneezed and wiped my nose the whole time. Even after we got home, I was still sick. So my nose is very raw and healing from that. So please ignore that. Other than that, to just kind of talk about fitness and weight loss and eating and all of that quickly, because I'm quickly approaching my 15-minute limit for YouTube. I am currently not really counting calories just because I want to be able to enjoy fully, without worrying about anything, the food that I like before we leave Japan. With that being said, I'm not binge eating or anything like that. For example, yesterday I had sushi. Like, that was the food I chose to really enjoy yesterday. Sushi, I mean, it was cucumber sushi. It was healthy. But I just don't really see a lot of point in counting calories right now. I am still wearing my body bug just to remind myself to keep moving, be active, and all of that. And we have some events coming up, so I just don't want to feel limited, or little girl is like letting her parents drag her. I don't know if you saw that. That's kind of funny. Anyway, but I just don't want to feel limited by like a number. I want to enjoy the time we have left with our friends in moderation. Exercise, I'm still marathon training. Obviously, I did not get my run in on Monday or Tuesday. My calves were so sore, and I would have just totally been setting myself up for an injury. So tomorrow, I'm going to get my run in, and then I'll do my long run this weekend and a recovery run on Sunday. Yeah, so, and I'm still lifting and stuff. I just haven't gotten to in the last few days where we've been busy and resting. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm going to run out of time really soon, so I should close out this video. But I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye!